Book Frame presents JFK, Public-Private Secret by J. Randy Taraborrelli. He was more than a president. He was a symbol, a myth, a legacy. But behind the polished smile and the iconic speeches, who was John F. Kennedy? Really? In JFK, Public-Private Secret, acclaimed biographer J. Randy Taraborrelli offers an extraordinary and intimate look at one of the most celebrated and complicated figures in American history. This is not just a political biography. It's a portrait of a man, dissected layer by layer, his triumphs, his flaws, his public image, his private life, and the secrets he tried so hard to keep hidden. John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born into privilege, the son of powerful and ambitious parents who believed in destiny, especially the kind you forge with money, influence, and unrelenting pressure. From a young age, Jack was told he was special, destined for greatness. But beneath the charming exterior was a man battling lifelong illness, insecurity, and emotional pain few could see. As the book reveals, JFK's childhood was far from idyllic. Constantly overshadowed by his older brother Joe and pushed by a demanding father, Jack struggled to find his place. His health was a recurring nightmare. Secret hospitalizations, chronic pain, and Addison's disease were all carefully hidden from the public. Behind the charismatic figure was a man often bedridden, relying on heavy medication just to make it through the day. Yet he endured. With wit, intellect, and undeniable magnetism, JFK carved a path through the political world. He became a war hero, a congressman, a senator, and eventually the youngest man ever elected president of the United States. To the public, he was the epitome of youth, hope, and progress, the face of the new frontier. But what the public saw was carefully curated. In private, JFK was more complex. He was a man of deep contradictions, both empathetic and detached, loyal and unfaithful, noble and flawed. His relationships were tangled webs of political convenience, genuine affection, and emotional distance. His marriage to Jacqueline Bouvier was admired worldwide, yet behind the scenes, it was often strained. Taraborrelli explores Jackie's quiet strength, her heartbreak, and the ways in which she navigated the pressures of being married to the most powerful man in the world, a man with secrets she knew all too well. Infidelity plagued JFK's private life. The book doesn't shy away from his affairs, not as tabloid fodder, but as insights into a man who seemed constantly in search of emotional escape. His liaisons with movie stars, socialites, and even White House interns reveal a side of Kennedy rarely discussed, not simply as a philanderer, but as someone using intimacy to fill a void created by pain, pressure, and isolation. As president, JFK's leadership was tested like never before. The Cuban Missile Crisis, the Bay of Pigs, civil rights tensions, all demanded strength, strategy, and resilience. Taraborrelli dives deep into these moments, showing how JFK's decision-making often balanced boldness with calculation, and how his closest advisors, including Bobby Kennedy, played critical roles behind the curtain. Yet the White House was also a stage for some of his most personal struggles. Maintaining his image while concealing illness became a daily performance. Every handshake, every speech, every public appearance was choreographed around the harsh reality of his health. Few knew the truth, that the President of the United States was surviving each day with a cocktail of medications, injections, and sheer willpower. The book also brings to light never-before-seen letters, interviews, and first-hand accounts, painting a richer, fuller picture of JFK's inner world. We see his humor, his moments of vulnerability, his regrets. His connection with Bobby was more than political. It was personal and deeply emotional. Bobby was his protector, his mirror, and in many ways, his conscience. But perhaps the most haunting theme of the book is the inevitability of tragedy. In the final chapters, Taraborrelli leads us through the final months and days of JFK's life. Dallas, November 22, 1963. The motorcade, the shots, the chaos, the disbelief, and the moment when myth became martyrdom. The assassination froze Kennedy in time, forever young, forever hopeful. But Taraborrelli's work reminds us that he was more than a symbol. He was a man. A complicated, brilliant, flawed, and unforgettable man. In the end, JFK, public-private secret isn't just about the president we lost. It's about understanding the one we never truly knew. Because to understand JFK, not the myth, but the man, is to understand the very soul of a generation and the enduring power of legacy.